Hello, I'm Jesse Johnson.
And I am Melba Thomas Johnson. We are a husband and wife team and business partners who have spent our 30 plus year lifetime together, successfully counseling, coaching, and supporting couples to have more satisfying and fulfilling relationships.
We believe that married couples, as well as those in committed love relationships, want to love and feel loved, and that sometimes that love becomes elusive.
We also believe that with the proper awareness and a commitment to do the work necessary, that love can be built, restored, maintained, sustained, and expanded.
Let's face it, feeling connected to someone you love can be the most wonderful and satisfying experience in the world.
But too often that sense of dynamic, heartfelt, intimate connectivity slips away. It's replaced by silent tension, frustration, disagreements, and disappointment. It could happen in any love relationship, even ours.
As a couple in our second marriage, we know what relationships look and feel like when they work and when they don't. From our previous marriages to one that we have now, we studied everything we could learn about the secrets of having a happy, successful, long-term, satisfying, and fulfilling marriage and family.
You know, we came together as a blended family, so the opportunities for growth were readily available for both of us, as well as Jesse's very young sons. And since we transitioned from working together professionally to a personal friendship to a marriage, the opportunities for growth and effective communication was readily available for us on that realm as well.
When we first got together, we spent a lot of our time daydreaming and thinking about our future. We were really excited about that. Then, when we actually got married and all of us were living under the same roof, we had to figure out how to manage our household because there were constant arguments about who was going to do what and the feeling that some of us were doing more than others. I got tired of the arguing and the conflict because that's when communication broke down. After I began to listen more and really hear what Melva and my sons were saying, we then figured out a way to communicate more effectively so that we could work together more effectively. We even formalized it so we had a way to have a win-win structured conversation, a way of us living and working together.
For me, when we first came together, while Jesse was wooing me, so to speak, we talked all the time. I felt like he listened to and hung on my every word. Then, for some reason, shortly after we got married and got busier, there were fewer conversations about the things that mattered where I felt heard, at least the things that I felt mattered. However, believing in physician heal thyself first, I learned that I was guilty of the same complaint I had for Jesse. That was very, very disappointing. I learned that I was not a very good listener either when I was triggered. Thank God, I also learned how to turn that around.
Well, that's enough about us. Let's talk about you. We know for sure that communication breaks down between couples, for some more than others.
The reason is it is virtually impossible to have an effective conversation when you are in survival mode. What I mean is when both persons become defensive and protective in their belief that they are right and the other person is wrong.
Hmm. One person is usually verbal by attacking, and the other person is at a standoff, meaning that they kind of withdraw. Neither partner is inviting a conversation that encourages talking things through and being able to move on. And the reason is because They just don't know how to do that.
Neither couple, neither partner in the coupleship is feeling the love. Why? Because when couples are in survival mode, they're stuck on the surface. They're unaware of their conversational mistakes that continue to lead to the breakdown in the communication. Yes, both partners are making communication mistakes like blaming, shaming, criticizing, or avoiding the other. What makes these mistakes more troubling is each partner is aware of what the other person is doing, but has a blind spot when it comes to what they're doing to contribute to the communication breakdown.
Over time, the quality of the relationship may begin to erode, become extremely damaged, or may even end. In spite of all this, many couples still love each other and want to build a life together, but simply don't know how to get through all of this.
Yes, and that is why we developed a 5-step process in our programs for supporting couples to overcome common communication mistakes they make that keep them arguing, distant, and disconnection.
Those 5 steps have evolved into a system we are very excited about. This 5-step process enables couples to overcome those mistakes with real communication at a mind, body, and soul level so that each partner feels heard, understood, and known.
So we took a look at statistics, and we're sure that many of you, excuse me, have heard these statistics as well. And that is well over 50% of first-time marriages end in divorce. And it's higher for second marriages. Now, these statistics that we all hear about do not take into account unmarried couples in committed love relationships who are either struggling to communicate or who have decided to throw in the towel way too soon.
Many couples, either married and unmarried, struggle with frustrations about affairs or finances, blended families, or just plain old communication breakdown. There's not much research about couples who are happy as clams, who want to preserve what they have and who want to go to the next level.
The bottom line is the major complaint that we hear from couples in counseling and in our workshops, married or not, is that they struggle with communication about issues that matter. Either they don't like the way that their mate talks to them or treats them, or they don't feel heard, or all of the above.
And what we know for sure is the real problem is that each partner has communication habits that just don't work and lead to more arguments, more distance, and more disconnection.
So there is a solution, and it is a skill-based methodology that we offer. It's called the Mining for Gold Couples Dialogue Solution that supports couples to have important conversations about sensitive issues they are facing together. And we're excited about this process that we mentioned earlier to restore any lost connection between you and your partner when communication breaks down.
Within hours, you can expect to gain fresh insights, priceless relationship skills, and renewed hope based on keen understanding and an inspired sense of discovery.
Over the course of the weekend, you'll see yourself and your partner from new perspectives because you'll be in a safe, supportive environment to communicate and feel respected, listened to, valued, and individually empowered, as well as feeling empowered as a couple.
Through short presentations, written exercises for personal reflection, and communication processes where it is things that what we will teach you and what you will learn will provide the first step in the process is really to enable you to pinpoint your communication strengths and areas for growth as a couple. I think I kind of messed it up a little bit, so let me go back and say it again. Through short presentations, written exercises for personal reflection and communication processes, here is where you will learn. Number one, the first step, that we will provide you with a process to enable you to pinpoint your own communication strengths and areas for growth as a couple. How both of you invite closeness and connection, as well as how both of you unconsciously invite distance and disconnection. Before you figure out where you're going, you have to honestly know where you are.
That's step one. So step two of our process and methodology is unveiling the impact of your current communication habits. We all have communication habits. Some of them are effective and some of them are not. So knowing the impact of your current communication habits that don't help you to get the response you want from your mate is important. And it's important because you'll be aware of unintentional consequences that could damage your relationship when habits like blaming, shaming, criticizing, and or avoiding your mate takes over.
Step three of the process, we will provide a process for each partner to become conscious of the effectiveness of how they deliver their message and how it lands on their partner, which is either the message is received or it is rejected. Because this is important because the message sent is not always the message received, especially when either party is triggered. And when people are triggered, they tend to use words and actions that are wounding.
Step four, we provide a process for each partner to become aware of the effectiveness of their listening skills. Now, knowing this, being aware of this is important because if your partner does not feel heard and understood, they won't feel validated and they'll feel disconnected from you. We've seen that happen over and over and over again.
Yes. And then in step five, you're going to bring all of this preparation and this information that you have received, you'll bring it all together to have several meaningful, private, intimate conversations that will support you to communicate more effectively with your partner.
Now, we conclude the weekend with each couple comparing where they were when they came into the weekend and where they are now with having the experience of the processes that we lead you through. And then the third step, you have an opportunity to pinpoint where it is you are headed together with all the new information that you have, and also from a place of feeling more connected to each other.
There are some major benefits for couples who attend our two-day seminar and actively participate. The first benefit is confidentiality and discretion. You will learn all of the concepts we are sharing in an intimate group setting. However, all of your conversations with each other will be private. There is also an agreement before we began the weekend that nothing about what is shared in the room will leave the room, including the names of those persons who were in attendance. Your privacy is something we protect with abandon. Couples who have attended our workshops in the past were happy and relieved that we had this group rule. And in all of the time that we have, over the years, conducted this workshop, that rule has never been violated. You will not be required to say out loud anything that you don't want to.
And that's important.
That is important.
Yeah. The second benefit is You will leave the weekend with tools you'll be able to implement with each other immediately, because you will already have an experience of practicing with each other, learning together, and connecting together. And what's great about this, and the reason why this is important, is because these 2 days are equivalent to 4 months of weekly counseling at a fraction of the investment. Follow-up support is also available.
You'll have communication tools you can use beyond just your love relationship, even though that's very important, and of course it's the primary reason why most persons attend the workshop. But these same relationship skills and tools and communication processes can be used with your family, your friends, at work, and this methodology can be applied to various situations that you'll find in your own life experience.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting because I'm thinking about couples who have experienced the weekend, who are communicating better with each other, and they have shared with us how they have used the tools that they learned. They adapt them, to their family situation, and they adapt them at work, and they find that they're better listeners. They find that they're clear about sharing their message, and it's a bigger win all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, excuse me. So, here is what the registration includes for the 2 days. First, you have 2 days dedicated to putting your relationship first with no distractions. And we have found how important that has been for couples when they say, you know what, we're taking these 2 days just for us because we're just so busy throughout the week with, if they have children, with parenting, as well as the pressures of day-to-day living, going to work, and etc. So 2 days dedicated to putting your relationship first. You will receive practical and experiential learning, meaning you get a chance to practice and apply the 5 steps that we are going to share with you, and in a way that you'll be able to communicate to connect. That's what we like to call it. Because when we look around the room and we see couples communicating with each other, we also see how they are connecting. And as they go through more and more processes, they're connecting deeper and deeper and deeper. It is just phenomenal for us to see, and it's also phenomenal for us to hear about how couples are connecting more deeply.
That's really exciting for us.
Yeah.
It is. Also, your relationship assessment is another benefit where you will be able to see your strengths and your areas for growth as a couple. Your individual relationship assessment, where you will also be able to see your own personal strengths and areas of growth in communicating with your partner. So understanding and assessing where you are, and it's important also to know that most people have strengths in their communication as well as areas for growth. So it's important to see both of those. So the areas of growth will be pinpointed so that you'll know how, through our process, to be able to change that and turn that around into a positive.
Right. And there'll be time for personal and joint reflection. So you'll have time for your own personal reflection, and you will have ample time to reflect together as well as communicate. So what that means is that you will have 2 days of communication, conversation, and you'll be able to do it in a way that will be enriching for each partner and for your relationship. The other thing that you will experience, there will be opportunities for short laser relationship coaching when couples need it, and that'll be available from us as you work through the steps.
The 2-day registration also includes a digital downloaded copy of our best-selling book, Mining for Gold in Your Marriage. This is case studies of 7 couples and their journey of transformation using our methodology. It explores the real life journey of 7 couples who embark upon the Money for Gold process. And it normalizes the predictable stages of love relationships and illustrates how making specific communication changes can lead to more closeness and a deeper connection.
And I will share with you that we are one of the 7 couples in the story because we want to make sure that people know that we are a real life couple who takes ourselves through the same steps that we are sharing during the 2 days. You will also receive 1 year of monthly follow-up care. We call it golden opportunities of activities and resources to support you and to keep you on track. In addition to that, you will have instant on-demand access to our Mindful Marriage program for couples. It is a program to prepare you to go deeper into your personal inventory of awareness about the vulnerable you beneath the surface of how you react to your mate when you're upset with them. So, when couples are in conflict and communication breaks down, they're on the surface in that blaming, shaming, criticizing pattern. They never get to the part about what's happening beneath the surface because they don't have the tools. So this program will help you to identify for yourself what's going on for you beneath the surface so that you can communicate it more effectively and clearly to your partner. The program includes 12 weekly video modules to guide you both through the process step by step. There's 12 weekly audio sessions in high quality MP3 audio. There's 12 weekly PDF guides to accompany the videos and audios. And then there's 12 weekly connection challenges to support you to put into practice what you've learned. So this awareness is valuable in supporting you to share more deeply with your mate about how you're impacted when communication breaks down. Because for some reason, the essence of that message does not get communicated. And you'll be able to communicate it in a way that your partner can hear you with compassion and empathy. It goes hand in hand with what you'll be learning and experiencing during your 2 days together.
And in addition, you will receive on-demand access to our Couples Communication Secrets workshop in a zip file. It is a self-help, self-paced audio program that is also instantly available when you register. It is designed to support you in what you will learn during the weekend, where you will explore 12 aspects of successful communication in your important relationships.
It provides additional tools to begin to communicate more effectively as a speaker and a listener. It concludes, it prepares you for communicating during the weekend, so it gives you just additional tools to prepare you for what you're going to experience. Whether you listen to the program and read the PDF before the weekend or afterwards. And it's a program that you can take together in the privacy of your own home and take as much or as little time as you need to go through it. It can also be part of your library of information that you can go back to as often as possible for review, or as often as you want to. It's a value-packed weekend that does not end when you leave.
All seminars and events are backed by our personal guarantee. Because we really believe in our program, we make registration totally risk-free to you. And we know that we can offer this guarantee to you because we've taken so many couples over the years through the similar programs as this one. There's no other program in the world that we know like the one that we're offering. What we know for sure is that couples who participate fully and make great strides in moving forward their relationship to enjoying the quality and the connection and closeness that they desire and have longed for. Some couples even come back for more
Yeah,
as refreshers.
that's true. We also want you to know, excuse me, that registration is wallet friendly. The tuition is minimal compared to the cost of long-term marriage or relationship counseling that could exceed 10 times as much because you qualify for a discounted group rate.
We provide two registration options. The first is a pay in full discount, which is the best value because you receive a discount of the full registration in one payment. The second payment option is a two payment option that is also available. Even our wallet friendly two payment option is a bargain for each couple. Your credit card, for example, will be billed for half of the registration at the time that you register, and the balance will be uh, billed later.
Any way you slice it, whatever tuition option you choose, our weekend for couples will save you money and quite possibly your marriage or love relationship, even if you're barely together, have separated, or are considering divorce or breakup. These 2 days also support couples who have great relationships and want to preserve and expand and strengthen what they have, or couples who are dating in committed relationships, engaged, or considering marriage.
And the bonuses that you will receive, one of which is a full year of support and additional learning tools. Instant access to a digital copy of our best-selling book, Money for Gold in Your Marriage, 1 year of monthly follow-up care consisting of activities and resources to support you to keep you on track. Instant on-demand access to MFG Marriage Online program for couples. And instant on-demand access to our Couples Communication Secrets workshop. And if for any reason you are unable to attend the weekend for couples workshop date that you selected at the time of your purchase, an alternative date can easily be reserved for you. Simply contact us directly and let us know.
So, the last thing that I want to add before we close, part of my life story is that I was a cheerleader in high school. And what I have noticed in working with couples all these years is that I'm still a cheerleader. I'm still cheering people on to support them to have the relationship of their dreams. And Jesse, as one of the many skills that you have is ministry.
Yes.
So, you know.
And what's exciting about this for me is that it provides me with an opportunity to be able to share with couples who really love and care for each other the kinds of skills and tools that they need in order to really have the relationship of their dreams. And so that is something that I thoroughly enjoy, and I can also add that um, it's not a coincidence that Melvin and I are doing this work together as a couple, because I believe that this is what God has intended us to do, is to be a help and support to couples. Um, so you've been listening to us. I'm Jesse Johnson.
And I'm Melva Thomas Johnson. We're here for you.